Maybe during this episode we're seeing like there's actually like 6 different O'Briens on board the ship, and they just hide out, and we're actually seeing like 5 of them, which would explain like why one is just calmly talking to the Cardassian, one is just right pissed off, one is talking to Keiko like, I don't care, I'm fine with the Cardassians. Yeah, they're all different O'Briens.
Yeah,
that'd be the ultimate twist.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The parallel O'Briens.
And it's all just a transporter accident that they just never talked about.
Yep.
Maybe Keiko did that on purpose because she needed more O'Briens.
Yeah.
Would it be a transporter accident, or O'Brien just he got so bored he cloned himself?
She did it on himself.
Yeah, he just didn't want to live in that
Keiko
dirty basement.
didn't want to marry O'Brien 2. She actually wanted to marry O'Brien 6. So she called off the wedding with 2.
That actually, holy shit, I feel like we're deep into some severe O'Brien conspiracy that can be very easily proven. It's actually like what you don't see is that scene cuts off right before she's like, oh, O'Brien number 3, you're so much even more even tempered about the Cardassians. Well, bring in O'Brien 4, get some spit roast going on to get the
I'm liking
taste
this.
of
it explains why he made
casserole.
such a big dirty dish of taters.
It also explains why he wasn't familiar with Keiko's breakfast foods.
Yeah.
He's never met his wife before.
Holy shit!
He could be a new duplicate, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we know that O'Brien has access to the transporters and not a lot of monitoring there.
It would be super good if it was actually some kind of weird radiation dumping out of the transporter and nobody actually realized that there's multiple O'Briens, even O'Brien himself. Well, they just keep getting produced and he doesn't know where they're coming from and they just like show up in his life.
So
maybe the
just
old
what
ones
happens.
Die right away too.
So
this is just what happens to the Irish one.
I'm working on
the same radiation kills you quickly.
I'm working on a little theory here, and we haven't talked about this for a while on Trek TV, but you guys understand how transporters actually work, right?
You die on the pad,
and they just murder you.
Exactly. Yeah. It murders you and then duplicates you elsewhere.
Yeah.
So perhaps O'Brien just disabled the murdering bit, so he gets an extra.
he just gets a bonus life every time he.
Is he just like reverse prestiging?
Yes.
So when you get disassembled and reassembled, does it reassemble like all the stuff in your gut and like the turds in your?
I would think so.
Oh yeah.
Your butthole.
Well, no, they always talk about the filters on the know, catching diseases and stuff, right? I bet it filters out.
Yeah, it should. Why wouldn't it?
So you
It's
don't
an
have
added bonus.
You don't have to take a dump after you look at the.
What if that's okay?
Well, no,
you wouldn't
going
want
down.
to transport alien turds on your ship. Who knows what's
Well, and
in
you're
there?
also like you're going down, you're going into battle, and you always got to take that pre-fight. But Riker's just learned to realize that he can just teleport down and it gets taken care of. He doesn't have to waste the time.
This raises multiple questions. One, is there no the bathrooms on the Enterprise are actually just the transporters? They just quickly site to site. When you go to the washroom, you just show up at the transporter, and O'Brien just has to be like, you just kind of nod like he knows why you're there.
Yeah. You walk in there with the
He offers you a mint.
The Sunday morning paper.
Oh,
you
man.
nod at each other. Yeah, he hands you a mint and a towel on the way out.
He's got a bunch of colognes.
Yeah, and a little
And
tip
gum.
plate.
So we've decided
He's
O'Brien's officially just a bathroom attendant.
Yeah. You didn't think O'Brien could get sadder, but there it is. The second thing I've forgotten now because I got so wrapped up in that idea. But it was going to be a big revelation, so it's sad. Maybe I'll remember it later.
I do like the idea of just ordering a site-to-site transport that doesn't
takes
actually
away your turds.
It doesn't actually move you anywhere.
Yeah.
Site-to-site transport to my current location. It just dematerializes you, removes the poop,
Yeah.
and brings it back.
I mean, there might be a problem determining because there'll be various levels of digestion happening.
Yeah.
So there'd have to
What's
be
the cutoff point?
Yeah. Like I think it has to basically be like at the colon.
Yeah, and would it be a problem? Like, would that create a vacuum in your butthole?
I don't know, maybe.
Some kind of weird fart action going on where you're just sucking air into your asshole, and it makes a weird noise. Whoop. That's the sound it makes. That's the sound your butthole makes.
I remember now. It was.
Whoop.
Was it about at what point the transporter, like, what's the breaking off point between poop and, like, still digesting food? And
Yeah.
Where they draw the line?
That was the hardest part about developing transporters. Like, transporters were around for, like, 20 years before they actually got that down. It was always very uncomfortable. No, I remember the second. The second thing is that it explains why Barclay is always so uptight and fucking looking so uncomfortable.
Because he never transports
he's afraid
anywhere.
To transport. So.
Also, because he works in the transporter room, sometimes he knows everyone's schedules and he finds it really uncomfortable because he's looked them all in the eye while they're having tourists.
It's like working next to the toilet.
Yeah.
He knows way too much.
He also doesn't like that feeling when you rematerialize and there's a vacuum in your butthole and you do the reverse fart and suck in the atmosphere into your body.
That's the problem. Is if you show up at the transporter room too late, it's real uncomfortable. Like, ideally, you want to get it just before the.
Do they have like a sound dampener so they don't have to O'Brien doesn't have to hear the in fart after?
They have one, but he doesn't use it.
He chooses not to.
It's like
use
an
it.
in
It's the
whistle.
only thing that makes his job bearable.
That's the other reason they're so uncomfortable all the time. They've heard all that.
Like a fucking slide whistle.
Yeah.
After you've heard someone's butt sucking air, you can't look at them the same way again.
That was actually what those eyeballs were about from Troy there.
Yeah.
Brian was thinking about what that Kardashian's asshole sounded like sucking air.
I think she was giving him a dirty look so he didn't tell anyone about her situation.
Her downstairs mix-up.
He knew he saw the report from the transporter about the skid marks that were cleaned off of her uniform that day.
The transporter keeps logs.
She knew that he knew.
Why would none of that makes any sense.
There's
The
no.
transporter keeps logs of all the logs.
It does. There's no washing machines on the Enterprise. It also cleans your uniform.
All right.
They just transport
Transporter
the dirt off
log
here.
squared.
Oh boy. I have not read any synopsis in quite a while.
No.
Okay, let's get into it.